Hello lovely people, it's Candy here. Welcome back to my channel from a blisteringly hot UK with temperatures this week up to 33 degrees. It has been absolutely sweltering. I am melting and I've closed the windows because the traffic's too noisy, so you will have to excuse the emergency fan to keep me functioning. But today I really wanted to share a really special deck with you. It's a deck I've been working with throughout this month to get a feel for, and it's this one, the Celtic Moon Oracle, Sacred Island Celtic Moon Oracle. It is a beautiful deck. Now this deck, I had a subscriber on the channel reach out to me and point out that this deck is out there and she thought it would be really something that I would be interested in, and she was absolutely right. Now if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I love Celtic goddesses. I work with Bridget, I work with the Morrigan, I work with the Dagda. I'm also UK based and I've spent a lot of summers travelling around Ireland in a little van and then on my motorbike when I got a motorbike. Ireland really is a place that has called to me over the years. My adopted brother is now in Ireland as well. So there are a lot of there's a lot of reasons why this deck would speak to me. So I was really grateful to my subscriber for pointing it out, and she was right. I've not really seen it. I've seen Hazel Jane on Hazel Jane Tarot flip through this deck, and I'll link that below because I love Hazel Jane's channel. I reached out to the creators of this deck and I introduced myself and I said, I'm really interested in the deck. Would you like me to review it for my channel? And they very kindly sent me this deck to review, which I'm really honoured about. What a privilege that is. So thank you so much to Bernie, who sent me the deck, who is the artist, and also to Dr.Karen Ward as well, who runs Moon Minar, I think I've said that right, which is the company that this deck is linked to. They have a website. Now it looks fascinating. I'm hoping this isn't going to be the last time I work with Bernie and Karen, because their website is just fantastic. It links to moon cycles, the rising of the divine feminine. They do it through sacred sites of Ireland, which already mean a lot to me, and the Irish goddesses as well, which are a huge part of my life. They use myth and the land. It's just everything that I'm about on their website, which I'll link below. The shop, it's got a Moon Minar journal, which you can buy. There's the Oracle deck. There's also a number of courses and rituals that you can buy. There's jewellery on their site. Some of the rituals include the goddess spiral of the year, so working with the moon and the goddesses throughout the year, honouring your inner goddess as well. There's a course for shape-shifting with the Morrigan, courses for sacred sexuality as well. If you feel the power of the divine feminine rising within you, then this is really a deck and a website that I would say go and check it out. It's a fascinating website, and I think especially if you've got any call at all to the myths or the goddesses or the sites of Celtic tradition and Ireland, then definitely this is a site for you to go and check out. It's a women's Celtic circle, really involved with the rise of the divine feminine. It uses the archetypal energies of Irish goddesses. It also says it uses it works with ancestral foremothers as well. It uses the ancient texts and myths and the dream world as well. There's a connection with fairies on the site as well, and body honouring. It's just a really lovely site, so do go and check it out and have a little peruse. It's fantastic. So I got sent very kindly this beautiful deck to review. It's blown me away. I knew that it would be a deck that it would resonate with me, but it really did. And I have waited a while to review it because I wanted to use it for a few weeks before I reviewed it. And the first time I drew some cards from it, I couldn't believe it, because I work very strongly with the Morrigan and also Macca as well, who's linked in with the Morrigan either as a form of the Morrigan or as a sister of the Morrigan. Macca appears in a lot of the tales with the Morrigan, and the link with the white horse as well. And the white horse is one of the animals that I use as a symbol, and the energy from it. It's becoming more and more important to me, the horse, and white horses in particular, and the Macca as well. I've got a lot of stuff like that up on my ancestral altar as well, with links to ancestors, and it's quite a large part of my practice. So when I've pulled my first 3-card reading with this deck, it kind of set the tone for the fact that this deck is going to be important to me. I just couldn't believe in my first 3-card reading, the Macca cards came up twice. So what is holding me back? The Macca sacred site came up. What do I need to step into? A vitality card. What power do I need to embody to get there? The goddess Macca came up. It blew me away totally. And if you know the stories of Macca, you will know that she was betrayed initially by a husband. She was made to race horses, and then she cursed the Irish warriors because of that hurt. And the reading just blew me away. So the Celtic Moon Oracle, amazing first readings with it. It was sent with the most gorgeous velvet, dark blue velvet bag, and look at these beautiful tassels with a purple silk interior. It's such a beautiful bag. That is bought separately, that doesn't come with the deck. It comes in this lovely 2-part box, really sturdy. It opens up and you can see it's got this beautiful divine feminine figure holding a moon. Divine feminine holding a moon, it sums it all up. And I had that amazing first reading with 2 cards linked to Macca coming up either side of vitality. Just really incredible, really moving. I was moved to tears by that first reading, and I just thought, okay, we're in this now. We're in this new amazing deck that is really going to speak to me. Inside the box, you open it up, you've got the cards, and you've also got this little book, which is really good actually. You've got the same motif on the inside. You've got your contents page. At the start, you can see straight away that the deck is split into different colour-coded sections of cards. You've got the Irish goddesses, moon phases, Celtic festivals, Irish sacred sites, Celtic symbols, and full moon names. There are 52 cards altogether. There are 13 goddess cards, which all have this sort of turquoisey pale blue colour on. So there are 13 of those. There are 4 moon phase cards. So you've got the full moon, the half moon, you've got the crescent moon and the dark moon. These all have this lilac colour. So here we've got Celtic festivals in this orange, burnt orange. There are 8 Celtic festival cards, and again they have the burnt orange on, not only with this line going across, but in the text as well for the keywords. Next is this kind of mustardy colour. Those are for the 12 sacred site cards. And again, you can see, look, we've got the same colour in the keyword text and in the line for the image. Then we have a sort of greeny grey 2 cards for the Celtic symbols, which are here. The next section is for moon names, and that is in this sort of royal blue. And there are 13 moon name cards. So you've got things like the blue moon and the old moon, and again this royal blue. So there are 6 different sections throughout this deck, all colour coded, which makes it really interesting to put a reading down. Or you could use these as altar cards as well, or moon correspondence cards, or for moon readings. You know, you can pull things out. You could use, if you're decorating an altar for a festival as well, you've got that option. What I've done this month is I've been normally with my oracle decks, I pull out one oracle card as either a clarifier or an entry point into a tarot reading. With this deck, I haven't been called to do that. I've been called to do the 3 card spreads just using the oracle, with all the sections all mixed in together. And it's been really profound. It's the first oracle deck that I've felt really pulled to use it as I would a tarot, with multiple cards down. And it's been brilliant. And the book itself gives you some fantastic layout spreads to do with the moon and the moon phases. So you've got a waxing crescent moon reading, a waxing first quarter reading. Just a really interesting way of laying out and thinking of the moon as a way to lay out a spread. So I loved that. And then you get to the individual cards. You've got a little colour image in the book. You've got the keyword. You've got an extended quick reading. And then it tells you a little bit either about the goddess or the sacred site underneath. So it really is a useful deck if you feel drawn to working with the moon, or with goddesses, or with Celtic myth and story, and or sacred site genius loci, which is another big part of my practice. It's just fantastic for that. It covers a lot of bases. It's versatile. You can use it in a lot of different ways. The cardstock is gorgeous. It's matte. It's really flexible. It is borderless on the imagery, but you do have this section at the bottom, which I really like that. The backs are absolutely gorgeous. These are the back size of the cards. If we compare it to your bog standard tarot, you can see that they are wider and longer. It's a really nice size to work with, actually. I've got quite small hands and they fit nicely into it. So it's easy to shuffle, it's versatile, beautiful quality. Yeah, it's a tick on many boxes. And I am going to do a walkthrough for you of this wonderful deck, the Celtic Moon Oracle, created by Dr. Karen Ward and Bernie Sexton. going to pull a card now and just see what card we get, and I'm going to read from the guidebook to give you an idea of how the guidebook works. That one, manifest the grain moon. So that is card number 48, manifest the great grain moon, on page 58. So it's really easy to use, this book. So it says, manifest, listen to your heart for the life you truly wish to live. You can heighten your desires by writing them down. Establish clear boundaries for your goals. Your ability to manifest is strong. So we've got the keyword and advice there. And then underneath it says, in the Celtic Isles, August's moon is referred to as the grain moon, since the festival of Lughnasadh brings early autumn and the start of the harvest. Your ancestors had to work hard to manifest the food supplies to survive the winter months. They laboured all spring and summer to look after their crops carefully. You may be aware of the principle of manifesting the life of your dreams, but do you actually know how to call it in? There needs to be a clearing out before fostering an unshakable belief in attracting what you need in the best possible way for your highest possible good. So that's it, guys. That is the beautiful Celtic Moon Oracle, a 52 card deck by Dr. Karen Ward and Bernie Sexton. It's published by Moon Maynard. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I will put all their details down below. It is a super deck. I really will state again that the cardstock is absolutely beautiful to shuffle with. It's got a really matte kind of it almost kind of leathery feel to it. It's smooth, but it feels a little bit like fabric. It is a lovely cardstock. It isn't papery or cardboardy at all. It feels like real quality, and I am so grateful for being sent this deck to review. I think it's wonderful. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.